Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I told you on many occasions that the president of Turkey or Turkey, Erdogan, is a very able politician, shrewd and ballsy, and he knows how to negotiate, and he's courageous. And he exercised his veto in NATO to bar Finland and Sweden from becoming members, in NATO. And yesterday he agreed. He set forth his demands to Sweden and Finland and said, if you don't fulfill my demands, then you're not going to be part of NATO. Bye bye. And I said in the past, and I continue to say that he will get what he wanted, and he did. He get more than that he asked for. So the Finns and the Swedes agreed to everything Erdogan wanted. So Erdogan said, "Okay, now you can join NATO. Thank you very much." So everybody's, oh, Mr. Erdogan. Before he was called a strong man, the Islamist, the half dictator, and so on. Now he's the savior of NATO. Good for him. And guess what else Mr. Erdogan receives? Receives some airplanes from the United States. What a coincidence. They all begged Erdogan. Well, what can you blame him? No. So this article comes from Reuters from today, June 29, 2022. Biden administration throws support behind potential F-16 sale to Turkey. Hey, Turkey, are you not up to date with new terms? Shame on you. Maybe they identify as Turkey, in which they do. They changed their name from Turkey to Turkey. They petitioned the United Nations and said, yeah, your country's name will be changed. So Madrid, the Biden administration threw its support on Wednesday behind the potential sale of F-16 fighter jets to Turkey, a day after Ankara lifted a veto of NATO membership to Finland and Sweden. Yes, thank you, Mr. Erdogan. Speaking at the briefing call, Celeste Wallander, Assistant Secretary for Defense for International Security Affairs at Pentagon, told reporters that strong Turkish defense capabilities would reinforce NATO's defenses. And I'm quoting, the United States supports Turkey's modernization of, well, F-16 is not a modern airplane. Sorry. The United States, but maybe with what they have, but I think they wanted the 35, didn't they? I think that's what they wanted. But they didn't get that one. That's why they got upset with the United States, and then they got the S-400s from their friends, Russians. Yeah, the F-35, that's what they wanted. All right, so it says these plans are in the works and they need to be worked through our contracting processes. So he said, yeah, the modernization of the fighter fleets because there is a contribution to NATO security and therefore American security. She said, oh, that's a woman. What was her name? Celeste Wallander. I thought it was a man. Well, maybe, who knows? All right. Turkey made a request in October to the United States to buy 40 Lockheed Martin F-16 fighters and nearly 80 modernized kits for its existing warplanes. Washington had not previously openly expressed any opinion on the sale, aside from saying all weapon sales will have to go through the necessary legal process, blah, blah, blah. And then he said that in March, the State Department wrote a letter to some members of the U.S. Congress who had opposed the sale, saying appropriate U.S. defense trade ties with Turkey would serve U.S. interests. So we find it tells us here that Finland and Sweden agreed to do whatever Turkey wanted to do, obviously, otherwise they would not be part of NATO. And then he says, U.S. officials pushed back against any suggestions that Washington was backing the warplane request to remove Turkey's objections to the entry of Sweden and Finland into NATO. I personally think that they did. I don't know, I have a gut feeling. Why? Because that's the way I learned world to work. So it's by direct experience. So you can tell me whatever you want. Tell me the coincidence is too big. not to be confirmed by reality. So the US did not offer anything to Turkey and was not asked for anything by Turkey. As part of its agreement with Finland and Sweden, the senior administration official said. The official said US officials were engaged in ongoing technical talks and Turkey's request to buy US F-16 fighter jets. Congress would have the final say about any such sales. The sale of US weapons to NATO ally Turkey became contentious after Ankara acquired Russian-made defense missile systems, triggering US sanctions, as well as Turkey's request to buy US F-16 fighter jets. Congress would have the final say. Yeah, I know that. So it says Ankara acquired Russian-made defense missile systems, triggering US sanctions, as well as Turkey's removal from the F-35 fighter jet program. That's what it was. They wanted F-35. The Americans said no, and they offered them Patriot or something. They said, we're going to give you Patriot defense systems, blah, blah, blah. This guy said, what would be the price? The Americans gave them like this price. They said, too much, we're not going to buy it. We want it for this. And they said, no, we're not going to give it to you for this. Okay, I'm going to get it from Russia. And they said, if you take the S-400s from Russia at a lower price than the ones that we sell you, then we're going to kick you out from the F-35 program, blah, blah, blah. So that's what happens. And Erdogan said, screw you, order it from Russia, got it from Russia. These guys were like, blah, 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 and now they give him what he wanted. So he's got the Russians, he's got the Americans, he's got the Finns, he's got the Swedes by their dingalingis. Now, how do you call that? Smart. Shrewd. That's what it is. Erdogan. You like him or not, might be goofy looking or something, but that's not why he's over there. He looks for his country's interest, and under his leadership, his country became stronger and stronger and stronger. He opened his relations. He started his ties with Saudi Arabia, even with Assad of Syria, what's that, UAE, United Arab Emirates. I think it was Pakistan as well. He even shook hands with the Israelis, which is good. So everybody's doing all right over there. Erdogan is a peacemaker. He even got involved in the grain issue with Ukraine and Russia. They mediated some peace talks between the Russians and the Ukrainians. Very important guy over there. He is. And I would not be surprised if he's not going to get an atomic bomb sometime. If Erdogan is to stay in power for about 15 more years. In 15 more years, they will get one. Or maybe 10, 12. Let's put it this way. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, be just, and Erdogan is a winner. Not winner, winner. See you later.